Seen the gentleman in the suit leading them out, Tebogo Sebogo, the president of Botswana Football. He's the match commissioner today for the game. And Malawi, the home side, down this narrow tunnel in the red, and the Zimbabwean visitors wearing white with green and yellow trim. Onto this artificial surface at the Kamuzu Stadium, and out into the cauldron here. Little gusty, as you can see from that flag, but it will be action all the way, as it always is when Malawi host an international match.
It's quite interesting to find that the last time Zimbabwe beat Malawi 4-1 in the same stadium, in this Kamuzu Stadium, in a friendly match, it was 4-1. So yeah, I think it's all to play for Malawi. Of late it's been Zimbabwe that has been the dominant team, but Malawi's camped for a month, Mark, and obviously that puts them in good stead after this problem Zim has had.
Well, the contrast in preparation has been quite stark, as you point out there. Farouk, Malawi played at the CAF tournament in South Africa, and I think were very unlucky not to get a little further on than they did. They were knocked out by Mozambique with a desperate own goal in the very last minute, then lost the match on penalties, went into the plate competition, knocked South Africa out, and beat Zambia to win the plate. So they've come through 3 good games. Zimbabwe were also in that competition. They were knocked out in the group phase, but the team that played in that CAF tournament, there were only 2 players here today who competed in those 3 matches. Partson Jaure, the defender from Amatux in the PSL, and of course Danny Piri, the defensive midfielder from Chicken Inn. Now let's start with the national anthems. There of knowledge, Musona, as we listen to the strains of the Zimbabwe national anthem, and now for that of the home country. So lots of support here, as one would expect, for the Flames of Malawi, and a chance now to look at their starting lineup. They played against Egypt in a warm-up friendly earlier on this week. Just 3 changes from that lineup made by coach Young Chimodzi. He's dropped the left fullback Fodia, brought in Mlimbika to play in the left-back position. Also Harry Nyirenda from Black Leopards in the National First Division in South Africa in place of Lucky Matlata. And up front, Zico Nkanda gets the nod in place of Gerald Piri. It means Kanyenda is on the bench today, along with Fisher Kondowe, who also played previously in South Africa, and the Ajax Cape Town striker, Robin Galande. Now, let's have a look at the Zimbabwean starting lineup. They have Knowledge Musona, who plays for Ostende in Belgium. 5 players from the Premier Soccer League in South Africa. Bilyat and Malajila from Sundowns, along with Mahashi out wide. And then, of course, Willard Katsande from Kaizer Chiefs and Partson Jaure from the University of Pretoria. 5 home-based players in this team as well, most of them across the defence. One surprise is Eric Chipeta not picked in the starting lineup by Callisto Pasua. Instead, Jangano from Gunners gets a role at fullback today. So here are the Zimbabweans. couple of players from the under-23 team as well who were successful against Swaziland in the Olympic Games qualifiers. They'll be up against South Africa next, plus the experience in attack of the likes of Musona, Billiat and Malajila. Today's referee is from Cameroon. Christopher Nde is his name. All four officials, I should say, are from Cameroon. So Willard Katsande and Joseph Kamwendo, the two skippers for today's encounter. And it looks like the Zimbabweans forgot to bring a pendant with them to hand over to the Malawians. This is the visiting bench. A lot of fresh faces on that lineup. Of course, Zimbabwe with plenty of other talent that they could pick from, but the squad was named somewhat belatedly, and with their financial crisis, many other key players left out. Young Chimodzi, former captain of this Malawian side. Jack Chamangwana next to him on the right. Legendary fullback, centre-back I should say, who played of course for Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa. So standing by to get this game underway. It's the first of 12 around the African continent this afternoon. There'll be a whole pile more tomorrow as well. Last night we started the qualifiers for Gabon with 3 results: an 8-1 win for Tunisia over Djibouti. That was somewhat expected. Morocco laboured a little bit against Libya. They won by 1-0. And that wonderful result for Sihlangu of Swaziland, who beat Guinea. In this particular group, Calista Pasua didn't go to the CAF tournament with the national side, elected to stay with the under-23 team for the qualifying game against Swaziland. They won that on the away goal rule only, a narrow squeak through for the Zimbabweans. So a little war cry there from Joseph Kamwenda. Still somewhat baby-faced Farouk, but getting on in years now. Leading his side in midfield today, now playing for TP Mazembe in the Democratic Republic.